Bienvenue, welcome to the 2021 Enactus Canada National Exposition. My name is Nicole Almond, President of Enactus Canada. We begin today by acknowledging that we are meeting on Indigenous land. We are grateful for the opportunity to meet here, and we thank all the generations of Indigenous peoples who've taken care of this land. I am thrilled to welcome you as we celebrate the generations of entrepreneurial leaders in our network who are passionate about advancing the economic, social, and environmental health of Canada. Nous sommes très fiers de vous accueillir pour célébrer vos accomplissements. Votre engagement et votre courage sont admirables. Ensemble, vous avez créé un réel impact dans vos communautés. Every year, I am so amazed and inspired by what each and every one of you are accomplishing in your communities. And this event is a celebration of your collective impact. I know that sometimes you're so focused on the work within your communities that it's hard to take a step back and really get a feel for what we're all achieving together. So we asked our program managers to start the event off by thinking back on the last year and what's inspired them about you.
Thank you to each and every one of you who have made a contribution to your Enactus teams this year. Each and every one of you have made a positive impact in your communities and our world. Despite an incredibly challenging year, you have all proven to be resilient, hardworking, and dedicated leaders. I couldn't be prouder of all of the incredible things that you've accomplished this year, and I'm truly hopeful for the future, knowing that you are the ones building it.
I am so proud of what you've all achieved this year in the face of tough circumstances. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic and being virtual, you were able to persevere and show how resilient, motivated, and committed Enactus Canada students are.
To all the Enactus students and supporters, thank you for your dedication to making our community stronger in these challenging times. Working alongside the student leaders in this organization is truly an inspiration. This year may have looked a bit different, but the passion didn't waver. Team foundations were strengthened, new opportunities were turned into new ideas, and pivots were identified to virtually innovate existing projects.
Getting the chance to work with so many Enactus students this year, not just in my region, but from across the country, has shown me just how resilient the Enactus network is. Each of you were able to overcome difficult challenges and use them as opportunities to change the world and shift our idea of what normal should be. Thank you for making your community stronger and stopping at nothing to help those around you.
We kicked off the academic year at the 2020 World Cup with Team Canada from Wilfrid Laurier University being named the global runner-up. And that was just the beginning. This year, over 3,000 students united to directly impact the lives of over 17,000 people. Through 232 community empowerment projects and over 212,000 volunteer hours, you helped launch 245 businesses. You taught over 8,000 people new career skills and over 29,000 people financial literacy skills. You provided over 38,000 people an access to a sustainable food supply and diverted 359 tons of waste from landfills.
Through the Student Entrepreneur National Competition, we were reminded of the innovative and hardworking full-time students who are also finding the time to build and run businesses, accomplishing something truly incredible. This year, we had over 250 student entrepreneurs nominated for the competition, and with the help of judges from across the country, we were able to narrow that list down to just 12 finalists, who will all compete for the title of National Champion later this week.
This year, we hosted 5 nationwide virtual training events that brought together 527 students from 60 schools. We covered topics ranging from leadership to project management, and most importantly, we built a community of Enactus students. Somehow, we ended up being more connected this year than ever before without having to leave our kitchen tables.
66 teams competed at a regional exposition, showcasing their strong commitment despite the challenges of going virtual. With your participation, over the last year, we gave out over $600,000 in funding to teams, including 100 different project grants that went to supporting your projects and showcasing your achievements. This time around, we're expecting close to 60 teams to compete with us at the National Exposition over these next 2 weeks.
We are particularly proud of the diversity in our network. From large universities to small colleges and big cities to small towns, the academic institutions in our network are represented by them all. Amongst the students and faculty in our network, we see many women leaders, many students and faculty with disabilities, representation from the LGBTQ+ community. We see Indigenous Canadians, and we see Canadians of all different colors and backgrounds. Nous avons également beaucoup d'équipes francophones dans notre réseau qui se joignent à nous. Donc, j'aimerais leur donner une reconnaissance spéciale pour leurs efforts supplémentaires de participer, de concourir et leur courage de participer dans une langue seconde. Bravo à vous. This diversity in our network makes us so proud, and it makes our network so much richer, so much more meaningful, and so much more powerful.
Take a moment to reflect and think about everything that you have done this year in the face of adversity. It is truly incredible.
No matter what happens at the national competition, just remember that your work does not go unnoticed. And at the end of the day, when we compete to improve the lives of others, we all win.
Every day I'm amazed and inspired by the bright, passionate, and innovative students that make up the Enactus Canada network.
We're so proud of everything that you've achieved this year and so thankful to have you as a part of the Enactus Canada network.
Thank you for everything
you
you do.
I could not have said it better myself. We are so proud of each and every one of you. Félicitations pour tout ce que vous avez accompli. Now, I think it worked really well when we did this at Regional, so we're going to try some interactivity again. I'm going to ask all of you to go to slido.com and enter the event code Nationals, or you can use the QR code that's on your screen to join the polling for today's ceremony. Mostly, it makes me feel like I'm less alone as I'm in this massive distanced studio and not in a room filled with all of your energy, although the spirit videos during the countdown did help with that. We're going to start with an easy question. Where are you joining us from today? Because one of the positives of these virtual events is that it makes it all more accessible. There's no travel costs. You don't need time. You don't need as much time to get to the event. And I see we have people signing in from all over the country. Let's see, I'm gonna look behind me, I can see, oh, New Brunswick. I like the specificity of Riverview, New Brunswick, London, Edmonton, Halifax, Montreal, Ottawa, Kelowna, St. John's. We really have the entire country represented here. Next question. I usually do this by having you all stand up in your seats, which obviously isn't gonna work today because I can't see you, but I would love to know, how many are attending their first National Expo today? Oh, lots of newbies starting to sign in. For those of you that have been here before, welcome back. We're excited to have you. And for those of you that are new to the network, welcome. I am definitely not a newbie. This is my 19th National Exposition. As I started counting, I thought that maybe I should stop doing the math and announcing these things. But it looks like for a lot of you, this is your first big event. And even for those of you that are coming back, we thought it might be fun to give everyone a little history lesson by inviting someone who's been to even more nationals than I have to join us for a little Q&A. Our founder and chairman, Ian Aiken. Ian founded the organization when he was a student at Western University, and for over 30 years now, he's been inspiring young Canadians to become innovative, socially minded entrepreneurs, tackling real-world issues like food security and sustainable development. His leadership has provided opportunities for tens of thousands of students to translate their ideas into action. Ian, welcome.
Hi, Nicole. Thank you very much.
Always
Bienvenue à tout le monde et merci d'être avec nous aujourd'hui.
Thanks so much for joining us, Ian. So I have a few questions to start it off with, Ian. But in your Slido app, if you go to the Q&A section, you can submit your questions for Ian, and we'll give you guys a chance to ask what you want to know. So we're going to start off with something that I thought would be good for everyone to learn. Why did you start Enactus?
Well, Nicole, there's like a long answer and there's a short answer. So I can give you the short answer first. And it was really so that I could work with other people to build a better, more entrepreneurial country. And that has been something that's been at the root of this since the very, very beginning. But if we rewind more than a few years to when I was a student at Western, I became very involved with the Entrepreneurs Club at Western, and I eventually became president of the club. We had over 800 members. And it was at that time that I realized that we could create a national organization of entrepreneurs clubs across the country to find out what they were doing, to try to encourage them to be better and to help new entrepreneurs clubs get going. And we wanted to do that so that the students could learn from each other, so that best practices could be shared, and so that we could all inspire each other. And that was really the beginning. And so that was what was in it for other people to get involved. But I think the reason that I was really keen to do that is that I wanted to meet other people that had some common interests with me, other interesting people interested in entrepreneurship and interested in building a better Canada.
And when you look at what Enactus was then and what Enactus is now, what do you think the biggest difference is?
A lot of things happen over all those years, Nicole. I don't know. There are a lot of differences. I think it would be unfair to have a bit of a history lesson without going through some of the alphabet soup of our background. When the organization was first started, it was the Canadian Association of University Student Entrepreneurs, CAUS. Then we quickly figured out that there were a lot of colleges out there and we wanted to include them as well. So then CAUS became CASE. And then there was an organization in the US called ACE that was very focused on student entrepreneurship. So we decided to rename ourselves ACE, and then ACE Canada. And then ACE stood for Advancing Canadian Entrepreneurship. And then in around 2000, the first SIFE World Cup took place in London, and we got involved in that. And then we affiliated with that organization, and we became Advancing Canadian Entrepreneurship, running the SIFE program. That was a little confusing. Then SIFE changed its name to Enactus. We changed our name to Enactus Canada, and there we are. So that's how CAUS becomes Enactus. But I think the biggest change over all that time would be, to start with, we were a bunch of like-minded people interested in entrepreneurship and building a better country. And we held national events and regional events, but there was no competition. And the key development was the start of a competition where we had students compete with each other to be, at that time, the most enterprising campus in Canada, and then eventually the SIFE and Enactus competitions, because this process of competition really drove excellence, and it got a lot of very passionate students to work very hard to do very well at these competitions. And each year we've been so impressed with what the students are able to achieve and the level of activity within the program. And then the next year, we get even more impressed. So it's been a tremendous feedback loop, the competition. So I think the introduction of competition, Nicole, would be the most significant change over all that time, other than all those name changes that we've had.
As someone whose job it actually is to describe the organization and explain it, I can tell you I'm much happier now that we only have one name and not 3 different acronyms to explain. So I'm just going to look at some of the questions that are coming in from the team. A lot of people really like your tie, Ian. A lot of people have noticed and really enjoy your tie. But one of the most popular questions right now, what is your favorite, and some old, there we go, the old ACE logo. That was when I first started as a student. What's your favorite Enactus memory?
I have a bunch of memories, and I probably have hundreds of memories, and I've got so many great friendships that have been created over the years through my involvement. And I can share 2 of them with you now, memories. One of them, at the warm up to this, in the opening minutes before it started, Canaan's Wave Your Flag was playing. And that brought back a very powerful memory of being in Washington in 2012, where after the students were all waving their flags from around the world, the lights went down, that music started playing, and it sounded like a little more realistic than normal. And the lights came up and Kanan was on stage playing. They had the guy playing with his band. He plays it once and then he says, we're gonna do that again and you're gonna come down and join me. And hundreds of students mobbed the stage as they played that song. That was spectacular. And then, do I have time for another memory, Nicole?
Ian, you have time for whatever you want.
So in 2005, Enactus Canada hosted the World Cup in Toronto for the first time. And it was a super special thing for us to be able to host the world in Canada and to have like-minded students come to our country, come to Toronto and to compete in Toronto. We put on, I thought, a great show, and it was a really successful event. And so that was great, but there are all these stories of what happens at these events. And one of them was that the team from Albania showed up and their luggage had been lost. So they had only the clothes on their back and they basically had no money. And so then some very nice students from the national team, the national winning team in Canada, arranged for this team from Albania to get new clothes. And so they had brand new clothes to present in, which was very kind of the team from Canada to arrange for them. And then Nicole, maybe you can say what happened next.
I was on that team. They kicked us out in the opening round. It's great. But the connections that we make at those events are still to this day some of my closest friends in the world, so.
And I think, Nicole, the reason I think that story is so special is that even in a competition where you're trying to beat the other teams, you're still trying to help each other and learn from each other. And it's very powerful. And I'm sure you remember that experience like it was yesterday.
I do. Representing my country at a World Cup was still to this day one of my favorite memories and something I'm most proud of. But the students want to hear, what are you most proud of when you look at the organization?
I guess I am most proud of the degree to which this idea has grown and developed over time, because, I had an idea a long time ago to start an organization, but I couldn't possibly have imagined what it has become today. But a good idea has a tendency of attracting other people, other great people with their passion and their ideas. And together we've built something that is really, really neat in terms of the impact that it's having in communities across the country where the programs are operating. But I think what I'm most impressed with is the impact that we're having on the students who've been involved in the program. And one of the things that we talk about all the time at the board level is we're all doing this for the students to try to make sure that they have the best possible experience and that it teaches them some very important life skills. And I think that it's all about taking action. There are lots of people that have great ideas, and there's only a smaller subset of people that take action and try and turn their ideas into reality. And I think through the Enactus program, people get experience doing that. And once you've done that and you've seen it happen, you realize you can do it. You're empowered, and you're empowered not just to do projects within Enactus, but you're empowered in the rest of your life to make things happen. And I think that's what's so neat about this.
I could not agree more. I know I miss, and I know you miss, seeing all of the students and getting to see them and, feel that energy. But I feel like, Ian, given what I see around your neck, perhaps you're missing another part of the event too. I think Ian misses his name tags. I think that there's, Ian always wins for the most number of stickers on his name tag, which I think is very well deserved.
So Nicole, I just add that I'm calling in from Montreal, and I've gone to every national that's ever happened, and I've been to all the World Cups except for one. And I really miss being with everybody and seeing everybody. But we all have to make the most of these situations, just like we always have to make the most of it. And I like to say that life is a great adventure, and life is still a great adventure. It's just not the adventure we originally thought it would be. So I'm glad to be here, part of this, and we'll have a lot of fun over the coming days with this.
Amazing. Okay, one more question before we go. They all want to know, what advice would you give to these students? Normally, they'd be able to track you down in the hallway or find you on an elevator and ask you this question directly. But if you were looking at the students that are tuning in today in the midst of, finishing their studies in a global pandemic, but just in general, what advice would you give to the students in our network?
you want to meet and engage with other interesting people because you can accomplish a great deal more if you work with others than if you work by yourself. And so one of the great aspects of the Enactus program is that you're meeting other really interesting people who share some of your interests and who are used to performing at a high level. And if you can work with others, check your ideas with them, see if you can work together, you can get a great deal done. So that would be one piece of general advice. And then for this event, try to make some connections that you don't already have. Try to meet some new people and try and stay in touch with them. It's a little harder when you can't run into them during the event physically, but try to connect with people and maintain those connections. It's been tremendously rewarding for me over the years.
Agreed. And we've got a few ways, if you check out on the website, probably just below Ian and I right now, there is a button to join our LinkedIn event. And in the Team Resources tab, you can join the Discord channel, which I think are two great ways we've tried to create to help students connect, because I do think that's something they're missing. Well, Ian, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you being here and everything that you've done to make this organization what it is.
Can I give just a last little shout out to all of the team at the head office and the great job that Nicole does and all of her team, because every day they're working hard to make this organization great. And I'm very grateful for all that they do and for the board of directors and all the work that they do. Thank you, Nicole, for giving me this opportunity to speak with everybody. And I hope you have a fantastic time. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Ian. We'll see you again in the final rounds.
My Enactus experience taught me how to network effectively and how to push myself out of my comfort zone.
We would now like to take a moment to recognize our partners. Nothing that we do would be possible without their support. It is thanks to these dedicated individuals, foundations, corporations, and government agencies that Enactus Canada has continued to enable progress through entrepreneurial action for over 30 years. They support our organization financially, but it's so much more than that. They invest their time to serve as competition judges, Enactus team advisors, and mentors. They support our students in their career launch through resume reviews, mock interviews, and career coaching. Thanks to their support, we are able to recognize our students with awards and bursaries for the incredible work that they do, and fund important programming like project accelerators and national challenges that empower and incent our teams to pursue higher levels of achievement each and every year.
Thank you.
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 Thank you for all that you do.
I love working with all our partner organizations because of how passionate they are about the Enactus experience. There's people who have been around for years or even decades working with the Enactus program because it's something that they love, and they see that as part of their yearly commitment to their organization is that they want to volunteer with Enactus. We have senior leaders who will take out time of their days to sit down and review resumes or have coffee chats with students. And it's really this collaborative network that we have that wants to help and develop the next generation of entrepreneurial leaders. And it's so great to see all these organizations buying into that and volunteering where they can.
Developed in collaboration with our partners, Project Accelerators provide Enactus teams with the opportunity to apply to receive funding and mentorship to support the development of projects based on a specific need or community group. This year, our Project Accelerators, as Sierra mentioned earlier, invested over $300,000 in almost 100 projects coast to coast. So let's hear more about our 9 Project Accelerators and find out the recipients of our Best Project Awards.
Good afternoon, everyone. As a big supporter of youth in our country, Canadian Tire Corporation Limited was thrilled to launch the Canadian Tire Youth Empowerment Project Accelerator in partnership with Enactus this year. This program empowered you to create and deliver projects that empower youth to be their best. Congratulations to the teams who are part of the Accelerator this year. We were so impressed with all that you accomplished.
This year's winner empowered over 400 youth in 2 provinces to take control of their financial futures through a series of virtual workshops on topics ranging from accounting to personal budgeting and marketing. Congratulations to the University of British Columbia, Vancouver, and Innovate.
My favorite Enactus memory is when I first joined and attended our Christmas social. As cheesy as it sounds, it was truly like being welcomed into a family.
HSBC Bank Canada is committed to supporting a strong Canadian economy. Through the HSBC Entrepreneurship Project Accelerator, we support projects that do just that, either by helping existing entrepreneurs set up or grow their business, or by helping others obtain quality jobs by developing their employment-related skills. We could not be prouder of what you have accomplished. Congratulations.
This year's winner provided advisory services to local restaurants, helping 6 local businesses increase revenues by close to $40,000. Congratulations to the University of Toronto St. George's Project Enactpreneur.
My favorite Enactus memory has to be when we hosted Enactus World Cup 2016 here in Canada. It was such an incredible experience to have so many colleagues, partners, and students from around the world travel to our hometown to compete, celebrate, and make a difference.
The Sauvé Foundation is committed to empowering a new generation of leadership to address key global challenges. This is why we're so thrilled to support the Jeanne Sauvé Global Project Accelerator to empower Enactus students to modify or expand existing projects to have an impact outside of Canada. We are so proud of what you accomplished and the connection you built despite the unique challenges you faced this year. Congratulations and good luck.
This year's top team partnered with an Enactus team in India to launch an initiative that encourages farmers to switch from burning paddy rice waste to collecting it and selling it. Congratulations to Fleming College and Paddy Waste to Income.
Favorite Enactus memory is the feeling of overwhelming surprise and joy that me and the rest of my team felt when we placed second for the first time at the Regional Exposition in Toronto.
Hello, Enactus. Northbridge Financial Corporation is passionate about making a difference, and we are so proud to be supporting the Northbridge Reducing Inequality Project Accelerator, supporting projects that promote the social and economic inclusion of at-risk youth. Whether addressing barriers related to origin, race, ethnicity, or disability, we are so proud of all of the projects that you produced this year. Thanks and congratulations.
This year's winner developed an initiative that provides professional development focused on tackling gender inequality in the workplace, with a specific focus on at-risk female youth of color. Congratulations to Western University and Boost Her.
My favorite Enactus memory is singing Tell Me Why Backstreet Boys on the Tech Check stage at Nationals.
Hi everyone, my name is Mark Beckles, Vice President, Social Impact and Innovation at RBC. We at RBC are proud to support Enactus teams as part of RBC Future Launch, a 10-year, $500 million commitment focused on empowering Canadian youth for the jobs of tomorrow. The RBC Future Launch Project Accelerator supports projects that help young Canadians prepare for a drastically changing workforce through work readiness and skills development. This year, 18 Enactus teams received $3,000 in funding to invest in their projects, and in just a moment, we will announce the top 3 teams who will be taking home a total of $9,000 in prize money. We're so proud and thrilled of what you've accomplished, and on behalf of my colleagues, I want to congratulate all the teams that participated.
The second runner-up receiving $2,000 is the University of Ottawa and the Legacy Conference Canada. The runner-up receiving $3,000 is the University of Windsor and You Thrive. And the winner of this year's Best Project Award and a $4,000 prize established and connected hubs in various communities in Ontario to help students develop employability skills and has since rallied over 400 students to make an impact in their communities. Congratulations to Durham College and Project Impact.
I love working for Enactus for a number of reasons. One being the team that we have is truly incredible, and I don't know that we would have made it through this past year without one another. But the second is that at the end of every day, I get to, leave work knowing that I work for an organization that is truly making a difference in the world. And there honestly is just no better feeling than that.
Good afternoon, everyone. At Samsung Canada, we aim to create positive change and community impact through partnerships, and our partnership with Enactus is no exception. Through the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow Project Accelerator, we supported 6 teams this year that applied science, technology, engineering, and math to improve local communities and help build a better tomorrow. Congratulations and thank you to all the teams that participated.
This year's winner used technology to provide health services and information in their home province. Congratulations to Memorial University of Newfoundland and Heartstarter.
Les professeurs qui font partie du réseau d'Enactus Canada sont super importants. On s'entend que les étudiants changent à chaque année parce que vous êtes après tout des étudiants. Donc vous allez éventuellement terminer vos études et quitter vos écoles, alors que les professeurs restent. Donc les professeurs sont des vrais piliers de stabilité et de permanence avec nous, avec chaque équipe, avec chaque école, avec nous au bureau principal d'Enactus Canada. Alors nous sommes tellement reconnaissants de leur travail, de leurs efforts de former et de guider des équipes parce que c'est grâce à eux que nous avons des équipes formidables d'Enactus partout au Canada, année après année. Merci.
Hi, Enactus Canada. Scotiabank recognizes that climate change is one of the most pressing issues of our time, and we are committed to being part of the solution. To augment the impact of the Scotiabank Climate Action Challenge, this year we introduced the Scotiabank Climate Action Project Accelerator, supporting projects that teach and empower others to take action to tackle climate change and its impacts. So congratulations to all participating teams.
This year's winner created a social enterprise that diverts paper from their college's waste streams and turns it into profit. Congratulations to Fleming College and Paper Planet.
Inspiring.
Impact.
Innovation.
Inspiration.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be joining you on behalf of the Cooperators to highlight the work of the Cooperators Youth Mental Wellness Project Accelerator teams. It's been a rough year for many Canadians, and particularly for youth who face unique challenges as a result of the pandemic, including effects on their mental health. Through our partnership with Enactus, we help deliver a range of programming to support youth mental health. One example is the Mental Health Training and Certification course that is available to Enactus students. You can register and check out other mental health resources on the virtual Mental Wellness Zone on the Enactus National site. In addition to accessing support, should you need mental health help, please check in often with your teammates, peers, and friends. Sometimes a caring gesture or a kind word can go a long way to helping someone who may be struggling. Now, on to the part you've been waiting for, the announcement of the best project from the Cooperators Youth Mental Wellness Project Accelerator. This accelerator provides grants and mentorship to support projects that address the mental health of youth by decreasing the severity of mental health concerns or increasing mental health resiliency. To all participating teams, thank you for your hard work and congratulations.
This year's Best Project offered workshops that helped students with time management, good study habits, personal mindfulness, and mental wellness. Congratulations to Fleming College and Keys to Me.
The Enactus organization is important because we provide opportunities for students to contribute, to live out their passions, and to really provide a positive impact in making this world a better place.
Good afternoon, everyone. Unilever Canada is committed to accessibility, diversity, and inclusion. Through the Unilever Recognizing Abilities Project Accelerator, we were able to support projects that empower people with disabilities, enabling them to participate fully in society without barriers. We are always impressed with Enactus students' innovation in tackling challenges, and your projects this year were no exception. Congratulations to all the teams that participated.
This year's winner helped 28 people with disabilities gain employment and provided 92 people with disabilities workplace readiness training. Congratulations to Wilfrid Laurier University Waterloo and Mighty Hawks. Congratulations to all the teams who received Project Accelerator funding this year. And if anyone's keeping track, I think Fleming College has pulled ahead in the trophy count. Don't worry, we'll be connecting with you about how to mail all of your trophies to you once the event is over. But we are so impressed with everything you have all accomplished given the challenges you've faced. And we know there have been a lot of challenges over the last 14 months. And we know that you, young Canadians, are particularly vulnerable to the disruptions the pandemic has caused. Many of you are feeling left behind in terms of your education, economic opportunities, and overall health and well-being. And we just heard about all the different ways that you've supported those in need in your communities. But what about you? As part of their partnership with Enactus Canada focused on mental health and wellness, the Cooperators wants to make sure you're taking care of yourselves as well. They've been committed to supporting positive youth mental health in communities for many years and partnered with us to keep the issue of youth mental health top of mind and connect young people to resources that can help them cope and even thrive, like many of you are doing. As part of this partnership, they've helped us to create the Mental Wellness Zone as part of the National Expo for many years. It's intended to be a place where you can go get resources, support, and information, and we've moved it online. So please take a moment to visit the zone and learn about how you can take care of your mental health. We also know that hearing something from your peers can help it resonate. So we asked you, Enactus students, to share mental wellness moments that we can all learn from. And we're going to be sharing them throughout the event. Let's see what you had to say.
Hi, I'm Laura McPhee. Mental health matters to me because I believe that mental well-being is the foundation to good overall health. One thing that I like to do when I notice that I'm struggling with my mental health is to participate in some light exercise like jogging or going to the gym. That helps me to manage my stress and get away from negative emotions.
Now, it's time to announce the league pairings for the competitions being held this week. We have over 60 teams and 12 student entrepreneurs competing in various rounds of competition. Is everyone ready to see who they're up against? Let's start with the Student Entrepreneur National Competition, proudly presented by HSBC Bank Canada. Good luck to the finalists. Now for the final rounds of our 3 national challenges. First, the CWB Financial Education Challenge. The Scotiabank Climate Action Challenge. And last but not least, the TD Entrepreneurship Challenge. Good luck to all the finalists. And finally, the league pairings for the 61 teams competing in the Enactus opening round of competition. Good luck to all competing teams. But those aren't the only competitions being held this week. We're also holding 3 different pitch competitions. First introduced at our regional exposition, these pitch competitions are an opportunity to generate new ideas, get new team members involved, and win some cash. You can find all the details in the pitch competition section of the website. But essentially, all you have to do is read about the challenge and submit a 1-page summary of your idea by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. That means you still have more than 48 hours. I don't think things have changed that much from when I was a student, and I know that then there was no minute like the last minute, so still lots of time to get your pitches in. First, we have the Intuit Sustainability Pitch Competition, where you'll develop a solution that will help households become more environmentally sustainable. Or the Cooperators Youth Mental Wellness Pitch Competition, which challenges you to develop a comprehensive program to support the mental health of students on your campus. And finally, the Unilever Accessibility Pitch Competition, where you're challenged to create a solution to modify or change an existing Unilever brand's packaging to make it more accessible for people with disabilities. If you're on the fence about participating, maybe this will help. All Enactus teams that compete in all 3 pitch competitions, as well as the Enactus National Competition, are going to be awarded a new Impact Through Innovation Award to recognize your commitment to generating new, impactful ideas. So grab some students from your team, brainstorm your best ideas, and submit your 1-page pitch for the 3 different competitions for the chance to pitch live to a panel of judges in the final round of competition next week, where a total of $9,000 in prize money is up for grabs.
Hey, I'm Heather Brown, and mental health is an important subject to me because as we better our mental health, the more confident we become in taking on life's challenges. To promote positive wellness in my own life, I always make sure to take time to relax by doing things I love, no matter how busy work or school gets.
If you haven't figured it out already, we have packed a lot into the next 10 days, but we've tried to make it as easy as possible to know what it all is. You can find everything you need to know at nationals.enactus.ca, and if you're watching this, you've already found the website, so you're most of the way there. If you haven't already, check out the Mental Wellness Zone, which is proudly presented by the cooperators. As we've mentioned, click on the Mental Wellness Zone tab to find tools and resources, fun activities, and other ways to take care of your mental health at home. We also have a Meet the Competitors section, where you can watch all the Enactus team and student entrepreneur presentations and vote for your favorites. If you vote by 8 p.m. Wednesday evening, your vote will be entered to help award our People's Choice Awards at the ceremony this Friday. As I mentioned, we also created a LinkedIn event to help all of the student, academic, and business leaders connect. So if you haven't already, make sure you join that event. And if you're not sure your current headshot is up to the task, thanks to RBC Foundation, we have a virtual photo booth that will help you level up your LinkedIn profile. Just click on the links at the top of the site to access both of those. For students, there's also a Discord channel where you can connect with students from across the country, enter our meme contest, participate in polls, and join opening round watch parties. You can find that Discord link under the team resources on the website. I don't really know what Discord is, so I'm gonna let you guys deal with that one. But for the daily events, we've laid out everything on the main page. I know a virtual event isn't the same as an in-person one. You still have real life going on around you, so we made it really easy to click on Add Event, to add events to your calendar and make sure you don't miss anything, just in case you have some challenges with time zones like I do. Day of, if you can't find the link, just come to nationals.enactus.ca and there'll be a Watch Now or Join Now button in that event for you. So let's look at what we've got. First, tomorrow we have the Enactus Careers Workplace Readiness Forum, proudly presented by RBC Foundation. Someone wanted me to ask Ian, how does Enactus help in job prospects? Well, this is how. This is where you'll have an opportunity to connect directly with human resource professionals to discuss different career pathways and industries. So if you still haven't figured out what you want to do or how to get there, this is a great place to start. I have also heard that all students in attendance will receive a 1-year subscription to LinkedIn Learning. Registration is still open, so make sure to click there and reserve your spot. Wednesday, we're hosting the Student Entrepreneur Opening Round of Competition, which will be streamed live at nationals.enactus.ca. And that night, your submissions for the pitch competitions are due. Thursday, we have a Faculty Advisor Research Fund presentation, along with the National Challenge final rounds of competition, where the presentations and live Q&A with judges will once again be live streamed on the site. Friday is our first award ceremony, where we're going to be announcing the results of all the competitions this week and doing a live time slot selection for next Monday's Enactus semifinal round of competition, where we'll have 4 rooms simultaneously streaming the presentations and Q&A as judges select our final 4 teams. Tuesday, it's the HSBC Women's Entrepreneurial Leadership Forum, the Student Entrepreneur Final Round of Competition, and our second award ceremony, where we'll announce our Enactus finalists and the Student Entrepreneur National Champion. Just a few notes on that day. In the Student Entrepreneur Final Round, you can click to view a link of all of the judges that will be there. Also that evening, Dr. Ivan Joseph will be joining us to deliver a keynote on the skill of self-confidence. Wednesday the 19th, we have our pitch competition final rounds streamed live, followed by a faculty best practice sharing session and our first ever virtual Enactus Career Fair, another way to help you launch your career, where you'll have the opportunity to connect directly with partner company representatives by visiting their virtual booths. Registration for that is also still open, so make sure to reserve your spot. Then we wrap it up next Thursday with our executive forum, the live Enactus final round of competition, and our final awards ceremony, where we'll name our new national champion who will go on to represent Canada at Enactus World Cup 2021. I hope you are as excited as we are for the next 10 days. We know it isn't quite the same as getting together in person, but we still have so much to celebrate and recognize. The one major upside with this year's new format is that you have time to take part in more than just the competition. I encourage you to use this time to reach out to another team, welcome a new student, or send a message to someone you think deserves it or needs it now more than ever. Je vous encourage tous à profiter de ce temps pour contacter une autre équipe, accueillir un nouvel étudiant ou envoyer un message à quelqu'un qui, selon vous, le mérite ou en a besoin plus que jamais. Merci à tous pour votre engagement. Félicitations à tous nos gagnants et bonne chance à tous les étudiants et équipes en compétition cette semaine. Thank you all. Congratulations. And good luck to all the students and teams competing. I cannot wait to see you all again later this week.